Hello and welcome! This is Melskinner, and we're back with some more Wargame Red Dragon. It's the end of the turn, so all I have to do is hit the end turn button. Before I do that, though, we're actually not that far away from completing this campaign. If my opponent does not counterattack me here, I will be able to go into the last region we need to do, and I believe I'd be able to win that fight. We'd have to see how much they reinforce this region with, so a lot depends on that. If they do counterattack me here, though, it might slow me down. If they just move in, but they don't actually attack, and I have to defeat them to get them to leave, that would slow me down. We'd have to maybe take a little bit longer. But if they don't counterattack me here, we'll be able to go forward. Now, over here, I expect them to attack in this region again, but I think we'll be able to handle that. So let's go ahead and end the turn and just see what happens. We have 10 days at best to cut their line of retreat. Should we fail to do that, most of their troops will be able to escape, and all our sacrifices will have been in vain. Alright, well, that means that I have... Yeah, so they did end up tying me up, so that actually is going to slow me down, unfortunately. Alright, so we weren't surprised too much by this attack. If we're able to defeat these couple command vehicles, destroy them, we will have this one in the bag, but let's just take a look at what we have and what they have. So they have a cohesion advantage over me. I only have, well, I have 0. They have 2. They have a lot less points involved, and they only have 1 morale, so this will be fairly easy, 500 points to defeat them. Let's see what we have as a threat, though. They still have a few of these attack helicopters, and outside of that, they have artillery, quite a few of those. They have some standard infantry in helicopters with rockets, so that could be a threat to us. Alright. And we should still have... Let's go ahead and launch. We should still have the K1 tanks. I don't know if we took any casualties. If not, I don't think very many. Or if we did, not very many. And we should still have the infantry equipped with the Stinger. So I'm going to go ahead and put this command vehicle back here. We're going to go ahead and delete the forward operating base. Let's go ahead and grab that infantry that has the Stingers, because we still have the threat of the helicopters. Now, we only have 3, so we must have taken a casualty somewhere. So I'm going to put... But we don't have to put them all in the same area, so we could move them around a little bit. So I'll take 1. We'll put the most experienced one kind of up in front. We'll grab the other one. We'll put that one here. And we'll grab one more. Ooh, there we go. Oh, was I grabbing? I was grabbing the wrong type, wasn't I? All right. These guys. Yeah, there we go. The here. The one there. And... last one over here. That way we've got a little bit of spread. We could grab the forward operating base now and place it in behind so that we know that we're rearming these guys. Right about there, I think, is going to be as mid as we... Oh, actually, we can get that in pretty far. There we go. That should resupply them all. We'll go ahead and grab our tanks. So we're going to do K1 tanks. Grab a full platoon. We'll put them over in the woods here. And that would resupply as well. Alright, what else do we have that we would want to use? I think we just continue to use K1 tanks. I mean, I think that is the only thing that we can be certain will not be knocked out by what the enemy has. And we can also do offensive drives with it. Now we should be able to do another full platoon. I'll put them over in the woods here. As a matter of fact, let's just put them out in the open. I don't really necessarily care. There we go. So that will be that. We could do a logistics truck if we wanted to, but I don't think we'll need it necessarily. So this is pretty much the setup we've done in the past. A little bit different, but go ahead and launch this sucker up, and I am going to want to go to very slow just so I have the opportunity to remove these guys from their command vehicles. I also want to... Oop, need to do that. I want to remove him from his command vehicle as well. So let's just go ahead and unload. Go ahead and unload. Load. Unload. We've got our tanks hopefully doing some good work here. Make sure that they take care of the vehicles on the ground first, because that's going to be what makes our... Let's get the transports back a bit. So the guys with the Stinger missiles, they'll take out the helicopters, and my tanks will take out what's on the ground here. Okay, we've already gotten a good number of points here. We only need 64 left. This is going to be a quick one. Okay, we only need 24 points now. And we've got it. So that was a really nice and quick battle. We get 535 points of the 500 needed. We didn't lose a single thing, so 0 points there. And I don't believe we knocked out any of their command vehicles. It's kind of tough to do that with so low morale on their end. So they lose another morale point. And they lose their cohesion. We did manage to attack or destroy their air attack company, just destroying all of their helicopters there with our Stingers. So we don't really have to worry about helicopters anymore in the future. And at this point, I don't believe these guys have really any means whatsoever to attack our K1s. So I think we'll be able to just drive in there with impunity and destroy whatever we want. So, all right, that's taken care of. Now, they did exactly what I thought they would do, which is just move in and tie me up. So all this, the frustration here is until I destroy this guy, he's still going to be there. So I could R&R guys, though. That actually gives me a little bit of opportunity because the problem is if I had driven forward, it would have been these Marine regiments that would have done it. And their cohesion is going down, but this actually gives me an opportunity to rest them. We're going to want to have our armored battalion get involved here, and I do want to take a look at what my enemy will have to be able to attack me with, so that we have an idea of what our opposition is going to be. So, oh, we also had a unit drive in here. Well, this is just artillery, so let's go ahead and get this one taken care of right now. So we're just going to push this button. We're going to have this thing pop up. We're going to hit launch battle. They don't have any command vehicles, so that should be over. Okay, so that's done. Oh, they did attack me here. I thought that there was a possibility that they'd do that, so that's why I kept the infantry regiment here. Now, we know this infantry regiment's taken a lot of casualties, so these guys, it's going to be a similar situation over here where there's no command vehicles, I don't believe. So we're just going to go ahead and do that engagement. So this one here. Now, I hope it doesn't do the thing where it ties me up because of the tanks or whatever, but we're going to go ahead and launch the battle and see what happens. Yeah, so it did do that. That's unfortunate. Not only does it lose me cohesion, but it also ties this force up entirely, so I can't move them around, which is kind of a bummer. Yeah, there they go. I might have looked to get more units in here to help me out. We could do a pretty heavy airstrike here. We still have the threat of this aviation regiment over here, so I probably should give myself some air cover. Although it doesn't have to be a lot. These guys, I don't think are a threat at all anymore. Nope. They do have a new armored regiment that is fresh, so I do have to be prepared for that coming at me. It will take a turn to get here. So it looks like the enemy is still set on coming after me here. All right, well, let's go ahead and divert some of our things. So we don't need... Let me just check to make sure they don't have like an infantry battalion or something like that that could attack me. All right, as far as I can tell, we don't really need the F4s here. So what does my enemy have? Marine battalion. Go ahead and click on them so we can cycle through here. So infantry with RPG. So this is pretty standard infantry. They've got their transports, which are more than likely amphibious. They've got an anti-tank unit with recoilless rifles. And then their transports. And then they've got just, yeah, another better anti-tank unit with, again, the same transport here. So predominantly infantry. So we want to attack them, I think, with, you know, this is a good opportunity to get a deployment here. We don't really have anything else to deploy outside of artillery companies and things like that, which we could move the artillery company in. It would only have 2 action points, so it wouldn't be able to do anything this turn. But we can get the F4 here that has the bombs. This would be very effective, I think, against these infantry. 25 bombs, that's quite a few. So I'm going to go ahead and deploy these guys. We'll put them in here. And I think the F4s, F5 for sure we're going to use. So we're going to put that in here. I think we use the F86 Sabres in this engagement, although I really don't know if we need them, considering how low these guys' morale is. So F86 Sabre comes over here, just so we have some air coverage. I want to put the F-16s over here, just for a defensive measure. They wouldn't be able to help me over here anyway. And then we'll put the two F4s over here. I just have to be careful not to get confused on which one's which. So there's E's and D's. The E's are the ones that we want. I'm sorry, the D's are the ones we're going to be using the most. The E's are going to be the ones with the Maverick missiles. All right, so I think we more or less have set this up. And what do we have over here? So, an anti-tank regiment. So, same kind of thing here. So, infantry with the anti-tank missiles, transports, and then the recoilless rifles as well. They don't have a ton of this infantry, so we may be able to knock these guys out. And then they've got 6 of these Su-100s, which don't really have great AP power. As a matter of fact, if we look at this, AP power 1... I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. 14, 12, 16. So 16 is as good as they get. And I believe the Abrams tanks, which we should have in this fight, I have to find them. Here they are. They have 17 frontal armor. So their anti-tank stuff, as long as we go at them frontally, we should be able to take them. The problem is their air coverage, but they only have 2 of these planes left. We knocked so many of them out of the air that we can just put in our own air coverage here. So the F4s are going to come in here, and the F-18s, and we might as well grab the Corsairs too. I'm sorry, yeah, Corsair 2s. Put them in. They don't have any anti-air, so the Prowler isn't going to do us any good. As a matter of fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move them into Seoul, and we're going to rebase them in Seoul. So we're going to hit Assign. What that will do is they'll put them in this base, so they now have range to attack into this last region in a future turn. So, all right, we more or less have set these guys up. I think we're going to do the actual combats in a future turn here. I may move some units around as well. For example, I may move this aviation regiment over into this region to give us just a little bit more bodies. We could also bring over the attack helicopters or something like that. As a matter of fact, it might be a good idea to move the attack helicopter back, get it refitted so that we will recoup any losses that we may have accumulated. We could also do a similar thing with one of our other units that have taken losses. For example, this anti-tank company. Problem is that may be a slow move. Let's take a look at what's going to be attacking me. So, Armored Regiment, T-72s, quite a few of those. T-62s, all right, so this is pretty heavy stuff we're talking about here. So, armor of 12. And armor of 10. So we can defeat their armor, no problem. The problem is the T-72's gun can defeat our K-1 tanks. So we'll have to see about that. They also have... Okay, that's an anti-air. All right. So... And then they'll also have their support companies and things, which is going to be an anti-air company and an artillery company. So... Main thing we're going to have to worry about those T-72s. So if we can get good air coverage with our attack helicopters, that's why I'm thinking maybe we put the attack helicopter back and we see if we can get it at refits. We could do the same thing with the aviation regiment. It means we wouldn't have help over here, but we might not need it with how much air power we have going on over here. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to take my aviation regiment. We'll put them here. Let's see if we can get a refit. Okay, you have to have a full turn's worth of points, so unfortunately, we could refit them later, so I'm just going to R&R. In this case, I think we're going to take the attack helicopters here, and we're going to have them come over here to help. So we're going to have them R&R, and then we're going to have them come over here. All right, so as I said, I think we're going to go ahead and hold these combats for a future turn, but I think that's what we're going to do, and we'll probably just R&R the rest of these guys so they're ready for this fight. I might not do the thing with the Special Aviation Regiment where we do refit them, because then I wouldn't have them available for the next fight, but we'll see when that comes. In any case, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.